Wait to January 20th. We're already planning what we're going to do to lock down the state of Texas.
Tom Homan also tells Fox this morning they plan to secure the whole border to stop illegal crossings, which he says have led to 4,000 migrant deaths since President Biden took office.
Children die almost every day. Children get sexually assaulted. 31% of women that make that journey get sexually assaulted. And this administration has been hiding it. This is something we're going to address. We're going to show the American people exactly what we're doing on the border and why we need to do it.
Some Democratic mayors and governors plan to resist Trump mass deportations next year. Immigration issues at both the northern and southern borders leading President-elect Trump to threaten tariffs, writing on Truth Social.
On January 20th is one of my many first executive orders. I will sign all necessary documents to charge Mexico and Canada a 25% tariff on all products coming into the United States, explaining the tariffs would remain in place until the two countries crack down on drugs, specifically fentanyl and migrants crossing the border illegally.
Fox's Kristen Goodwin. The Trump Post also threatens a 10% additional tariff on China for the flow of the drug fentanyl into the U.S. A Chinese embassy statement says no one wins a trade war. There's a new proposed Biden policy out this morning that could help overweight Americans afford weight loss drugs like Wegovy or Ozempic, making them eligible for Medicare or Medicaid coverage. Though President-elect Trump would have to agree to that, the rule wouldn't take effect until he takes office. It's a busy morning at airports 2 days before Thanksgiving, but so far there are only 30 flight cancellations.
TSA expects to screen more than 18 million passengers during the Thanksgiving holiday. TSA says its goal is to get passengers through general screening lines in under 30 minutes and pre-check lines in 10 minutes or less.
Fox's Steve Harrigan in Atlanta. AAA predicts a record number of us will travel for the holiday, about 80 million, though most will drive. America's listening to Fox News.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
As Israel's cabinet meets today to consider a potential ceasefire deal with Hezbollah, Israel continues to go on the attack in Lebanon with airstrikes hitting central Beirut, and they've issued new evacuation warnings ahead of a vote on that potential ceasefire that would also stop Hezbollah rocket fire into Israel. Since presidents can't be prosecuted while in office, the two Trump federal indictments are going away before his return to the White House in January.
Federal Judge Tanya Chutkan dismissed the January 6th related charges against the president-elect without prejudice, so the Justice Department could pick the case back up after his term. Special Prosecutor Jack Smith asked for that case, as well as the Mar-a-Lago document case, to be dismissed after consulting with the DOJ's Office of Legal Counsel, which determined a sitting president cannot be prosecuted. Both cases were already dealing with setbacks. The January 6th case was reworked after the Supreme Court said a president couldn't be prosecuted criminally for acts committed as president. In the Mar-a-Lago case, Smith had been appealing the judge's ruling that special prosecutor appointments are unconstitutional.
News.
Jessica Rosenthal, Fox News.
A transgender policy victory for Missouri. A court there has upheld the state law banning some gender-affirming care for kids.
Republican State Attorney General Andrew Bailey says Missouri is the first state in the nation to successfully defend such a law at the trial court level. Family members of several transgender teenagers sued to block the statute. They're represented by Lambda Legal and the ACLU of Missouri, which say they'll appeal. The law prohibits gender-affirming surgeries for anyone under 18, as well as puberty blockers for minors who had not started treatments by August 2023. The American Medical Association opposes gender-affirming care bans, which have been enacted in about half of the states in the U.S. Tom Rigotti, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are mixed, up for the NASDAQ, down for the Dow. The day after the Dow surged up to a new record high close. On Monday Night Football, the Baltimore Ravens beat the Los Angeles Chargers 30-23. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Well, warming centers opening up across the state. City of Springfield has 9 shelters available for residents seeking reprieve from colder weather, as do most sites in Champaign-Urbana. Just-in-time temps expected to continue to fall this week. Overnight lows expected in the 20s, low teens by the end of the week. A Champaign gas station partially shut down after a gas spill Sunday at the Circle K on University Avenue at about 1 in the afternoon. Champaign Fire says a contractor working on the fuel pumps when about 15 gallons of gas spilled. The area was evacuated and the scene was deemed safe within an hour. 2 corrections officers are recovering after an inmate attacked them at the Sangamon County Jail. It happened on Saturday. One officer was transported to a local hospital, that with minor injuries. There's no word on the condition of the inmate or possible charges they may be facing at this time. The investigation continues. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Well, here we are. I don't know what your Thanksgiving Day plans are, but it's going to be too late to thaw the turkey anyway. You know, if you don't thaw your turkey, and I mean, you need like 4 days. So
well, there's a way to measure that by the pound, right? Poundages.
Yeah.
Right?
But if you can fast thaw, if you call 10 hours fast thaw, but you put it in a tub of cold water, but you got to change it every 30 minutes.
Why is it that you can't just set it out?
Yeah.
I did that with my turkey breast, and Mike said, no, we got to get that in the fridge.
Yeah, it's a slow thing. Otherwise, it's called, what is it called? Botulism? It's bad.
That would not be good for
you.
No,
you can't. You try not to.
Sorry to my guest.
You can cook it. You can put a frozen turkey in the oven. But then in half an hour, you got to see if it's thawed enough to grab that neck out of the cavity.
Oh,
the back end has the livers, and giblets,
the gizzards or plural or singular, something like that.
So you've got to get that out. But I did cook a couple of one that was in the fridge 3 days, but it was hard as rock.
Really?
Still after 3.
Dang it!
And then it was then I did put one in frozen, and it works. I wouldn't say it's my favorite way to do it. It just takes a longer time, but it tasted fine.
Okay.
It is not ideal.
So is it okay to admit to the 3 of you guys, the 3 of us here, I should say, that we're doing chicken? I'm not. You know what? I'm not a big turkey guy. I'm not.
Yeah,
and so we're gonna get I'm gonna pick it up today. The fresh, chicken we're having.
That's fine. So. Yeah, we eat a lot of chicken.
And one year when I was in Lafayette, Louisiana, turducken was all the rage.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Turkey on the outside and duck and chicken on the inside layers. And I made one of those when Mom and Dad came down to visit with me.
How do you make that hold together? You tie it up or something?
It was already prepared, so I didn't ask.
So you questions. They don't grow a duck chicken turkey, do they?
No, okay. I mean it was one cavity inside the other.
You have dogs with a lot of different. I don't know people. I just know that So ghost.
So does it quack or is it gobble? What does it do?
Just turducken. So
gobble quack.
I thought
it sounds like a John
cool.
Madden thing. So.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Get a telestrator and have him circle.
Yeah, get Diane one of those things. Yeah,
there we go.
It is 7:08. Good morning. There's Diane Ducey.
Good morning.
I am Stevie J. We're on X. We're on Facebook Live.
Yeah.
I reloaded Facebook Live.
Okay.
I must have been talking about the election or something, but I get kicked off all the time.
Well, I'm glad you reset us. Thanks,
we're back on Facebook. We're on YouTube channel.
Yeah, that's Stevie J Show. I know there's another Stevie J with just a letter J.
Yeah, he's a rapper in Atlanta. I was
not
there.
Quite
that's
a
nice
person.
Little radio gig you got set up there on when it's on camera. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Trying to get the new office fixed up in here like that. I mean, that'd be well. Then I'd have to get off. And then never mind. I was going to say
exactly.
from here. Never mind.
The rapper in Atlanta. I was there way before him.
Yes, you were.
Here we go with weather, brought to you by Carl.
Carl reminds you 1 in 5 people in the U.S. do not know they have diabetes, a common health complication. It doesn't have to stop you from living the life you want. Talk with your doctor about diabetes prevention and management. Learn more at carl.org.
All right, Mr. Greg Soye, accurate man. He's got it going on. Meteorologist, what you seeing here for the next few days, sir?
Well, real easy-going travel weather across east central Illinois, the Midwest at large, within a couple of 2 or 3 hours, and coming back in as well. Just kind of dress and plan for more or less a mid-winter feel around here. There are certainly colder days ahead, a slight deviation from the long range, but we'll begin the moderation process. It'll be a slow one, but we'll begin that here next week. Next weather system already streaking high mid-level clouds into areas of the plains. We are clear and cold this morning, but nothing unusual for a November 26th for change. And 25 at Willard and Savoy, 25 as well over at Rantoul, 25 up at the Kankakee, and readings in the upper 20s down St. Louis ways. Over the snow cover of the Northern Plains and Northern Great Lakes region, they are close to zero this morning. So for today's sun-filled afternoon temperatures with a bit of a west-northwesterly breeze at about 42, not far off seasonal norms for late November for a change. A little drizzle, maybe a couple of wet snowflakes late night tonight. We will stay above freezing at 34, 35. For the day tomorrow, cloudiness around, a little drizzle, maybe wet snowflake in the morning. No big deal. And then it'll rain in the afternoon. Turning cooler, mid-40s and dropping a bit as winds turn back north and northeast late in the afternoon. Tomorrow night, little rain early, maybe a snow shower late. That's it. Lows near 30. Much of Thanksgiving Day will be in the 30s with maybe a snow shower early. Breezy, a bit colder weather. Temperatures again in the 30s with a partly sunny sky. Here comes cold weather, as the news guy was talking about as well. We're in the 20s on Friday during the day. Snowflakes early, maybe a little dusting of snow south of Champaign late Saturday, early Sunday. Weekend highs, not much. 29 Saturday, 28 Sunday. Still mid to upper 20s for Monday and Tuesday next week. Nights down into the lower teens. For CVJ Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
All right, here we are. It's Tuesday, November 26th. It's going to be cold for the IHSA Monticello Montini game in Hancock Stadium over at Bloomington. ISU hosting. We're going to call the head coach of Monticello, Cully Walter, in about 20 minutes. See how you deal with Montini.
Right.
Yeah.
And the much colder weather.
Much colder weather, and the North just has it going on in 3A. They play 5A teams all year, and then they come play 3A team. Be it Unity or Monticello playing in 1A, except Belleville Althoff's in 1A. I don't know. Anyway.
Well, there was some chiming in when we hosted Scott Hamilton yesterday at 359-2255, talking about some of the schools that you face when you're in that final stretch of state.
The last game is always really hard because the North has to generally play bigger schools, and there's still a 3A population. But I don't know if there's not enough 3As up there to play. I don't get it. Anyway, it'll be tough for Monticello to be Montini. So we'll see. Monticello's 1-1. They won it in 2018. They might win another one. So we're rooting for Cully Walter. Good guy, good coach. Okay, Illinois wins last night.
58-point home victory margin.
I would have gotten in the game. That's how bad it was, and it was bad early. What the heck? That's great. I mean, I guess, what do you learn from that? I don't know. I mean, but you got to play teams.
Yeah, sure.
And so you don't necessarily want to play a really good team after you play Alabama.
That's right.
So you got to get a couple more W's, and now we go off into what? We got
Arkansas in Kansas City, 3 o'clock Thursday.
Right. So where's Arkansas? Where are they based? I don't even know. Fayetteville? I think it's Fayetteville.
Yeah, it is Fayetteville.
All right, Fayetteville, Arkansas to Kansas City. Is that close? I don't know my geography enough because, I mean, I would think it'd be almost, because what is it to Kansas City for? Is 5 hours? 4 hours? 5? 3 to St. Louis? Probably 5, I would think, to drive to Kansas City. Anyway, so we'll see. It's supposed to be neutral. I don't know. Is that Arkansas territory? It's probably Jayhawk territory, isn't it? You're not far from Lawrence, Kansas, from Kansas City.
Well,
down the road.
Is Kansas City hosting this tournament, and we just happen to be a part of it?
I don't know.
I don't know how this evolved either.
I just know it's really complicated Thanksgiving for the viewing. I do know that.
Okay.
So I envision, as we get ready to eat, we'll probably see the first half. And then I envision a hard pause because you can't have the game on at Thanksgiving. You just can't.
I mean, eat during the Detroit Bears game.
No, we don't have it that
At
way.
noon.
That's just not our thing.
Okay.
We eat later.
Okay.
So we're eating, later, but I don't know what to tell you about the Illini except you could tape it and don't look at your phone, that kind of thing. But you cannot have the Illini game on while you're eating. That's just one time you're together. You can't do it. It just isn't the right thing to do.
Okay.
People. You need to have some fellowship. It's Thanksgiving. What are we thankful for? There's a lot to be thankful for.
I know that.
So let's just go ahead and
you can also be thankful for the Illini basketball team.
If you don't look at
speaking of that, I'm going to go in the kitchen and check the little TV on the score.
Because it's fun to watch the thing. I want to watch it, but I just want to not have it while we have the main deal. And it doesn't last very long. The dinner's what, a half hour, 45, an hour?
Yeah, that's right.
Anyway, we'll all live if we pause the game because it's right in smack dab. Now, a lot of people eat earlier, so it will be perfect. So then you're going to maybe fall asleep because you ate too much, that kind of stuff. All right, quarter after, but the Illini do win last night. And
92-34.
So here's how these guys that you don't know how they sound, here's how they sound. Here's Kasper Yakajonas, and Will Riley.
Game high 21 points.
Yep. Here's KJ, they're calling him.
Okay.
KJ, you guys really handled that challenge tonight. What was your focus, and how did you feel about the way you performed?
Yeah, so definitely the focus was defense. Execute on defense, share the ball, and play the right way. So I think we did a great job of doing this, and we are where we are.
I guess for both of you, what do you take away from a win like this, where you were kind of in the driver's seat pretty early?
So 61-21 or something, and then nobody scored fewer points ever in the history of State Farm.
I know.
34?
34 from Little Rock.
And we had 87 or something?
No, 92.
92?
It was a 58-point victory margin.
So here's KJ and then Will Riley.
We still have to be in the game, play all 40 minutes, because anything can come back from any point difference. So we just keep going.
Yeah, I feel like it was important to build team chemistry. Throughout the whole game, we executed well on defense throughout the whole game. We were hustling all game, and it's important to keep your head up in those games and just keep fighting.
Okay, all right. So we're 5-1, and now we have Arkansas, and then I presume a game or two in the middle. Then we got Wisconsin, and then we have Tennessee. So we got 4 really hard games early. Let's see if we can get a couple of them. That'd be really good.
So, yeah, I think that sums everything up.
Yeah.
With our women's basketball team, Kendall Bostic got Big Ten Player of the Week. We also got some awards coming towards Pat Bryant, Big Ten Player of the Week. Luke Altmaier got a few awards also with their performance with football. And, of course, that'll come our way on Saturday at 11 a.m. in Wrigley against Northwestern. We've been bumped up to number 22 in that poll.
And it doesn't matter how bad Northwestern might be this year. They're not as good as they've been. But
there's just something about Northwestern.
It's called the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It's called the stinking Super Bowl.
Is it the Lincoln hat that they
Whatever.
play for?
This is their game that they can show everybody that Illinois is not this big bad school, and we're better at Northwestern. We're building a new stadium. So, we have a bowl game on the line last end of the year at Champaign Memorial Stadium, and we lose to Northwestern. It was like 42-41, whatever it was. Anyway, so Northwestern plays us well, even though they lose 50-6 at Michigan. How's Michigan score 50 points? In 10 games, they can't score 50 points.
Right.
So we should win the game, but we're only 8.5-point favorites, which you think I should maybe 16, but no, it's 8.5. So a lot of respect for Northwestern, and we have it for them. They're very good, always against Illinois. So I would love to get to 9. That'd be probably Citrus Bowl. Everybody's talking Citrus Bowl, maybe Alabama or somebody. Texas A&M, somebody really good.
Number 19 women's basketball, by the way, 1:15 at Maryland Eastern Shore.
Weather brought to you by the Urbana Park District.
They remind you the Turkey Trot is Thursday morning, Thanksgiving morning, 8 o'clock to sign up, 9 o'clock for that 1 mile experience at Crystal Lake Park in Urbana. Have fun. The first 800 finishing get a ribbon. So enjoy.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana. Saturday, good-looking day on tap. Seasonal temperatures and a northwest to west breeze. High about 42, increasing cloudiness for tonight. Little spotty drizzle, a couple of snowflakes late. The lows down above freezing at 34. For the day tomorrow, cloudiness, a little spotty drizzle, maybe a few snowflakes early, especially from Champaign on northward. Bit of rain in the afternoon, turning cooler at about 44, dropping as winds turn around north or northeast late in the day. Bit of rain early tomorrow night, maybe a late night snow shower, and a low down to 30. Thanksgiving Day, an isolated snow shower in spots early, then breezy, and a bit colder, partly sunny, 37. A colder Friday still with a few morning snow flurries, a high temperature in the 20s, and that's it with highs in the upper 20s on Saturday and Sunday, mid-20s Monday, upper 20s Tuesday, a little more January feel. Nights will fall into the teens, maybe a couple of snowflakes around late Saturday into early Sunday. Quiet weather picture on tap for next week with a slow day-to-day trend in temperatures across the area.
Take charge of the years ahead with a smart, sound investment strategy and business succession plan. Busey Bank's business and wealth management experts help you envision your best future with powerful insights and proven strategies. Building business and growing wealth since 1868, Busey Bank, proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
I'm Elizabeth McDonald, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Some closely watched retailers' earnings reports have come out before the opening bell. Best Buy shares are lower after cutting its annual profit and sales forecasts, signaling a lackluster holiday shopping season and sluggish demand for pricey electronics. The company also missed market expectations for third quarter profit. Apparel company Abercrombie & Fitch issuing strong holiday guidance after posting its sixth straight quarter of double-digit sales growth and another quarter of results that topped expectations. The recent arrest of the company's former CEO Mike Jeffries for sex trafficking did not appear to affect results. Earnings per share were $2.50 versus the expected $2.39. Revenue also topping estimates, $1.21 billion versus $1.19 billion. And that's your Fox Business Report. I'm Lillian Wu, invested in you.
It is time to take the quiz.
5 days a week, it's 5 questions in less than 5 minutes. We ask people on the streets of New York City to play along. Let's see how you do.
Including the pre-Super Bowl era, what NFL franchise has won the most NFL championships?
I'm going to say the Cowboys.
I guess I would say the Packers.
How'd you do? Exactly. These get tougher, so hang on.
Make sure you take the quiz every weekday at thequiz.fox. Thank you for taking the quiz.
Stevie J here. With Nate Evans of eXp Realty, you'll always get a stress-free sale for the most money.
Sell your home with Nate. Pick the price, pick the day. Go to thenateevansgroup.com.
Are you tired of shivering in the winter? Look no further than your local heroes at ABC Heating and Air Conditioning. Hi, this is Gina inviting you to give us a call at 217-352-5400 to book your appointment to make sure your furnaces run safely and efficiently this winter. We've been proudly locally owned and operated and have been serving our community for over 50 years. ABC, always be comfortable. Call me 217-352-5400 to book your appointment today or go to abcheatingandac.com.
Hi, Ellen Hook here, owner of your newly remodeled Ashley in Champaign. When you find what you love at the price you love, it's not just Black Friday, it's the Ashley Black Friday event. This season at Ashley, find the perfect sofa and stain-resistant fabric at a price you'll love. You'll wonder, where has this been all my life? Plus, enjoy savings up to $1,000 store-wide. Act fast because these deals won't be around for long. And starting November 29th, score Black Friday doorbuster deals starting at $199 while supplies last, only at Ashley.
Ladies and gentlemen, Baltimore, Maryland, the last known Republican is Nicolay Ambrose. How are you?
Yeah, well, I came here because Illinois went red and, was red when I left and it turned blue. So, I apparently only go to blue places.
I was going to say, don't go to Tennessee or don't go to Kentucky.
Right.
And please stay out of Montana or South Dakota because they're solid. And Louisiana might be the reddest state in the union now, so we want to keep you. What the heck? So you were in Illinois. We were a red state back in the Reagan, years. Of course,
yeah.
It's only been 45
Past
years ago.
Reagan years.
Yeah. Did we win in 88? Maybe. George W. Bush did.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Anyway,
it was like back Carol Moseley Braun when she started to turn it all blue and people, believed that line of garbage. Yes.
That was a 3-way deal, and she went down the middle. It was Alan Dixon.
Oh, wow.
Carol Moseley Braun, and then the third guy, and he was the guy that was supposed to be the spoiler, and then she wins. She had one term. That was it. Anyway, how are you? It's
been one too many.
A long time. So what was your whole Trump's in the White House take and everything?
So thank God for America that we had this resounding victory, right? That Trump got over 300 electoral college votes, won the popular vote, won everything, swing state, because just America needed a resounding victory so people just couldn't say it was close, someone stole it, that, and the other.
Exactly.
We needed that resounding victory.
Yes. And then to get to control will give him a chance to actually do something too.
True. And what I'm most grateful for with all this, it's more a sense of relief, but what I'm most grateful for is the left has just become such adamant bullies. Whether it's in Virginia, like this boy who went to school after school and kept going in the girls' bathroom and raping girls, or boys on girls sports team, hurting women, taking their spots for college scholarships, whether it was thinking it's normal to allow people to burn down buildings as long as it's outside D.C., whether it's, social issues, political issues, global affair issues. The left had just become such intolerant bullies of anyone who didn't agree with them. And it's just, I think, the sense of relief that Americans are like, oh, we still have common sense. It's okay to have this opinion. It's not wrong. And in fact, most Americans agree that violent criminal illegal aliens shouldn't have super rights, more rights than a U.S. citizen. The left had literally tried to tell us that all these things were the way life should be. Well, and thank God it's been reversed.
Yeah, I agree. I thought it was divine. I think that having 4 more years of what we were doing would have just gotten nasty. It would have been really, really bad. Yes. So good news. Kamala's coming back from Hawaii. And apparently...
Can she just fly to Martha's Vineyard and buy her house and hang out there with Barry?
I think she's back. I think she's talking 2028.
I was the first person to be a woman Attorney General of California. I was the first woman to be elected District Attorney of San Francisco. I was the first person of color to be elected
Sounds
Attorney
like a
General
role
of
model
California.
Club or something. Wow.
Whatever. First.
Yeah,
Welcome to the Role Model Club.
Yeah, the Role Model Club. That's right. There you go, Nicholas. She's a Role Model Club. She's talking about running for governor of California, which I think she'd actually win.
Oh, wow.
And and then that's fine because that poor state's so bad now anyway. But I mean, if she runs, she'll never get the nomination. Ever. Never.
So, God bless California. Because of her policies, they were the number one state that people have been leaving, right? Over 300,000 people a year fleeing that state because no one can afford it. And it's just crazy. But, I hope she thinks she's going to run for president in 2028 because America resoundingly rejected her. She starts off strong. People on the left get all excited, and then she crashes and burns. And this happens in every single election outside of California that she's participated in. If we look at 2019, she couldn't even make it to Iowa. She couldn't even make it to the first vote for the Democrat nomination.
This was the only chance she had. Hey, what about all the Democratic staffers that put their heart in that thing for at least 100 days, summarily dismissed, fired, no pension, and they never were paid? They're like back.
So they need to go ask Oprah and Beyonce for their severance package.
Yeah, right.
Number one.
But how do you blow $1.5 billion and don't pay the frontline people that were there every day, every night for 7 days a week? And she's in Hawaii and they're all fired when she's gone. And now they have a GoFundMe page to try and get paid.
And what we have to remember is this is how the left operates. So every single thing they say about how they care about workers and workers' rights and union benefits and severance packages and leaves that last for not just months but years on end, it is all BS. They don't believe any of it. They don't practice any of it. And this is how they treat their own people who work tirelessly for them. So we always have to keep that in mind when Democrats are telling everyone else in the country how evil they are. This is how they actually run their own shop.
I have no idea how they're going to navigate somebody that makes sense and has common sense in the Democratic Party. And there are some that are. I don't think the left are progressives. Are they going to have to splinter off of this thing? Because you're not going to make it happen in the primary if you go common sense on them.
No. I mean, at this rate, they'd be better off if Bill Maher ran for the nomination, who's been one of the few people calling him out.
Way more common sense with far-left Bill Maher, no question. I agree with a lot of what he surmises. I think he's right. They went too far, too fast, too far.
It's really scary when they can't even admit what they've done wrong, that they have been buying their own propaganda for so long that they actually can't. They actually truly believe it, and they can't separate fact from fiction. So I don't really know how they navigate it when they have so few people who actually seem to actually be able to see reality and divorce fact from fiction. So, I would prefer to have two functioning parties in this country, and I would prefer that both parties like America and want what's best for America and believe in a free market economy, and then, kind of debate the finer points. But this Democrat Party really seemingly hates this country and does not understand any of the things that have made us successful.
Well, hopefully the wokeism will be cured by the vaccine called Trump. Hopefully. Hey, how can we reach you?
Is this a vaccine that actually works?
Yeah, maybe, and safe. Vaccines. Okay, it's Nicole Ambrose. How do we find you?
Oh, I am online at NicoleAmbrose.com, Nicole with an extra E, X at Nicole Ambrose, and Facebook at Nicole USA.
Hey, listen, happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas. It's great always to have you on, Nicole. Thanks for your time again. Appreciate it.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. We'll talk again. Nicole Ambrose from Baltimore this morning, ESPN 93.5, 7:30. Collie Walter, Monticello coach, coming up.
Fox News. I'm Chris Foster. President-elect Trump says he'll make imports from Canada, Mexico, and China more expensive. Fox's Madeline Rivera.
President-elect Trump says these tariffs would be aimed at stopping the flow of drugs and migrants coming into the United States. He wrote on Truth Social, "I will sign all the necessary documents to charge Mexico and Canada a 25% tariff on all products coming into the United States and its ridiculous open borders."
He wants 10% added to existing China tariffs. Most economists say American consumers would just end up paying higher prices. Incoming Trump border czar Tom Homan's visiting the border today with Texas Governor Greg Abbott.
We're not waiting to January 20th. We're already planning on what we're going to do to lock down the state of Texas.
Homan on Fox and Friends this morning. Drugs that treat obesity would be covered by Medicare and Medicaid under a Biden administration proposal that would need Trump approval by the time it gets that far. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Elderly man stabbed to death at a domestic incident in Champaign has been identified. That, according to the Champaign County coroner. 71-year-old W.B. Curry died as a result of multiple stab wounds. It happened at his home at the 2000 block of Cynthia Drive in Champaign back on the 16th. Charges still pending against 67-year-old DeWandy Carter. A gas spill at the Circle K on University Avenue in Champaign led to the pump shutting down temporarily on Sunday afternoon. Champaign Fire responded to the gas station at about 1 in the afternoon. A contractor at the time working on fuel pumps when about 15 gallons spilled onto the ground. Domestic violence victim advocates across the state preparing for an unfortunate symptom of the cold weather. Incidents of domestic violence increase over holidays and into winter months, with that shelters across the state preparing for an increase in activity and looking for more volunteers. Anyone who wants to volunteer, contact the Illinois Coalition Against Domestic Violence. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Weather brought to you by Kramer's Siding and Window.
Your premier provider for home improvements, specializing in siding, windows, doors, roofing, and outdoor living. Visit KramerSiding.com.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign, and Vicinity. Good looking day on tap. Seasonal temperatures and a northwest to west breeze. High about 42, increasing cloudiness for tonight. Little spotty drizzle, a couple of snowflakes late. The lows down above freezing at 34. For the day tomorrow, cloudiness, a little spotty drizzle, maybe a few snowflakes early, especially from Champaign on northward. Bit of rain in the afternoon, turning cooler at about 44 and dropping as winds turn around north or northeast late in the day. Bit of rain early tomorrow night, maybe a late night snow shower, and a low down to 30. Thanksgiving Day, an isolated snow shower in spots early, then breezy, and a bit colder, partly sunny, 37. A colder Friday still with a few morning snow flurries, a high temperature in the 20s, and that's it with highs in the upper 20s on Saturday and Sunday, mid-20s Monday, upper 20s Tuesday, a little more January feel. Nights will fall into the teens, maybe a couple of snowflakes around late Saturday into early Sunday. Quiet weather picture on tap for next week with a slow day-to-day trend in temperatures across the area. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
Well, we had a nice visit with Scott Hamilton yesterday. He was in studio in Philo and talking about the unbelievable finish of that Monticello Unity game. With Monticello came out on top 23-20. Collie Walter, who won a state championship at Aledo and at Monticello in 2018, is the head football coach for the Monticello Sages. He is up and semi-alert. Is Monticello in school this week?
We are not, actually. That changed a couple of years ago where we take this week off, kind of a fall break type deal. So, no, we don't have school this week.
Nice. Okay. So you get nothing to do, lay around.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Okay. Good news. You won on stuffing somebody at the goal line 27-26 week before. Then you, unbelievable on how that game finished, Cully, with Unity catching the Hail Mary, but a legal man downfield, which I believe your team got called on the same thing a few times in the game as well. But, and also, you know, you rush the field with a second and the clock says 0, but it's really a second, and then you get 15 yards. That should have been a warning. There's a lot that went on that game. Bottom line, your Thanksgiving's been disrupted, Cully.
Yes, absolutely. We're happy for it. But yeah, it was talked to a lot of people, and I know Coach Hamilton and I have both been in this coaching business for a lot of years, and I don't know that either one of us has seen a finish like that. And a lot of people told me the same. So it was a crazy way, particularly to end a semifinal game, but obviously we're very grateful that we're still going.
You betcha. Championship game coming up Friday. It's going to be cold. By the way, how many did you win more than one state title at Aledo?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Was it 3?
Yes.
Yeah, I see the humble man here. I said, did you win one? You won one at Aledo, one at yes. Well, he didn't tell me one. 3 people were texting in saying the guys won 4.
We really should get better stats before these interviews.
This is called
Stevie.
the Collie Walter one for the thumb. That's what it's called. This is just so. Congratulations, you're very humble and you're a good man. Everybody says it and knows it. We've had you on the air for a long time, over the decades.
Oh, we're getting some texts in already, Stevie. Please ask Coley when the last time he went into his full Nick Saban rage and threw down his headset.
Did you do that? Did he do that? Did you throw down your headset?
Oh yeah. The second time the game seemingly was over, and I thought Unity should have gotten one more play, so we start rushing the field again, and I was trying desperately to stop us from doing it, and the headset came out. Yeah. Well, which has happened once in a while.
Well, it just total exuberance, I guess. Anyway,
is that what you call it?
Yeah, it's just amazing the stuff that can happen in a high school football game. And I also didn't know that you could pay players now in high school. That was something new Scott brought up.
The NIL action.
So what's the problem?
Is that what's happening up north, Coley?
The NIL stuff?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know all the ins and outs. Obviously, we're not a fully funded NIL program at Monticello, but yeah, I do know that some of that stuff is going on.
Well, I mean, what are you making at Monticello now? $2.5 million? I mean, what's the deal?
Right around that.
I think a head football coach, the average is like $1.50 an hour if you put the hours. I mean, it's truly a public service.
I mean, you could wear some Blaine's Farm and Fleet or something and get some NIL yourself.
What did Rocky wear? Bucky's meat locker on the back of his sweater? Anyway,
I'm up for anything.
Hey, Cully, all right, so we get to these games, and it's kind of anticlimactic because something goes on in the north. Montini plays, I think, a lot of 5A schools. They're very, very good. But it's one game, 4 quarters. How can you beat Montini? What's the full name of the school? I know it ends in Montini.
Lombard Montini.
Lombard Montini. They're an excellent football team. They beat Byron, which I thought was the absolute monster 3A. So they went ahead and beat them. So what are you seeing?
Yeah, I mean, you just said it. They beat Byron, who is the sort of the standard for 3A football for the last 5 years for sure, and what a lot of people thought was the best 2 teams in the state. And so yeah, it's a tall task, no question about it. It's all the coach speaking. We have to keep the ball away from them. We've got to move the chains. We've got to be efficient. Like you said, it's a tall task, but it's one game, and hopefully anything can happen. And we're going to go and fight as hard as we can.
Okay, so you've had obviously a lot of great players through the years. You got a kid named Ike Young who's going to pitch for Danny Hartleb at Illinois. Oh, wow. Super athlete as your quarterback. Describe, what he's like and how talented he is.
Yeah, he really is. He really got stronger and grew a couple inches in the off season. He's really young for his age, or young for his class, to be honest with you. And but he's a very composed athlete. He's a 3-sport athlete. He's very committed to all of them, which is pretty impressive for a kid who's committed to a Power 5, Division I program. But he can have some rough spots during a game, but when push comes to shove, he doesn't get rattled. And the kids see that in him, and they believe in him. And he's just had an exceptional year for us.
Is he a junior or senior?
No, he's a senior. Although he's young enough, he probably could be a junior, much to our dismay.
So could he play college football somewhere? Probably.
Yeah, no question, he could. The level would be something that has to be determined. But obviously being a Division I baseball player, but there's no question he could play somewhere in college football.
And he's a pitcher?
Yes, he is a pitcher.
So he must be really good to get an Illinois scholarship or partial or whatever it was. That's just an amazing thing. And he's good in 3 sports. That's just one of those guys you love having. So he's the kind of guy that you love the ball in his hands.
Without a doubt. The last 2 games, as you know, we had a 4th and 1 in overtime against Benton, and the play broke down, and he just kind of kept his composure. And then Saturday against Unity, they blitzed, and he just held his ground, or he moved out of the pocket, and once again stayed composed and found our receiver card form in the end zone.
Won the game. Yeah, that pass I saw, bootleg a little right, I think. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, exactly. That's all coaching from Cully Welter. He taught him everything he knows. That's it.
What you said, you need the players.
What about playing when it's 20 degrees? I mean, you haven't had a ton of experience with that. What do you do? But have you ever played a title game when it's that cold?
We did in 2005, I think. So it's been a long time ago. But it was pretty cold. But I think back then they didn't have. I think we're going to have some space heaters and some things on the sideline, and I think it'll be a little bit more accommodating than it used to be. So hopefully we can focus on the game and not be too concerned about what the weather's like.
Okay, so Scott Hamilton's making a decision. What words would you have for Scott Hamilton and his career and what he's thinking about right now, whether to keep coaching or? I didn't know he bought a home in Florida. What the heck? I mean, how do you not close that? I mean, and at some point, you guys, what do you have more to prove? I guess. I mean, it's at some point you're just kind of dumb, but it's always in any career. It's kind of hard to know when.
Yeah, it is, and I mean to describe him, he's obviously a legend. I feel like he's been the standard in Central Illinois for close to 30 years. I hope he retires because he's, they've been very successful against us. But whatever he decides, it's hard because the relationships you form. And everybody says as a coach, that's what it's all about, right? The relationships you have. That's the stuff that you miss. The games are great, but that daily interaction with your coaches and players, and it's hard to walk away at any point. So there's struggles. But, I know it's not going to be an easy decision for him, and I wish him the best in making it.
Well, I guess what you want Ike Young to do, your quarterback on Friday, is that like a 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock? It's a 3A game. We know the time?
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock. All right, 4 o'clock is, say, Ike, let's have a 9-minute drive here, and let's score a touchdown. Because keeping I'm sure that it won't be easy with their defense, but maybe. I mean, you got you're a Division I athlete at the helm, and it's one time, 4 quarters, man. You just never. You got a Newt Rockney in you today, ready to go. How's that work?
I'm going to try to conjure it up. We'll see, but for sure.
Listen, congratulations on your success, Cully.
And I'm glad you got a following. Another text in saying this would be Cully's 5th state title if he wins. There were 3 at Aledo, so people are correcting our record.
No, the guy doesn't like talking about himself. That's who the guy is. He walks down the hall at Monticello. He doesn't do anything. I mean, he's just a nice guy.
All right.
No, he's real good at what you're doing. And listen, congratulations. Go get Montini. See if Lombard Martini can lose the Monticello Sage. We're rooting for you all the way Friday at 4, but we hope a lot of people can get over there and bundle up, layer up, all that, but get over there.
Stadium, ISU.
We're rooting for you, Cully.
Yep. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you again. It's always good talking to you guys.
Good talking to you. Cully Welter, the fine head coach at Monticello High School on ESPN 93.5. Probably the best at throwing headsets, per se, was Randy Wolken.
Oh.
St. Joe Ogden softball coach for 100 years.
Yep.
But he didn't have a headset. He had a hat.
Ah.
And if you ever saw a Randy Wolken, which I've seen, it's like...
Does he throw the hat?
Hat on the ground, stomp on the hat.
On it.
No, Randy was
That's
the best softball coach in the state of Illinois, in the history of the state of Illinois, girls softball. And unbelievable. He just won a zillion times. He just, but boy, when... He got it going on. It was like, holy cow, you need a new hat. His wife had to buy him like 100 hats. But anyway, Randy's a good friend, and he was. They won't come any better than that. Old school, could teach anybody how to slap bunt or from the left side.
Yeah.
So if a girl's fast, you could get it down on the ground, and it's only 60 feet.
Yeah.
And you could run there quickly, and it's hard to throw them out.
Yeah.
But he was good. Anyway, that's thinking of throwing the headset thing. All
and
right.
Thanks, Matt, for texting in. 217-359-2255 if you ever want to interact with us, you're welcome to text into our show here on ESPN 93.5.
And it's the Fisher National Bank text line as we check some sports headlines.
As a matter of fact, sent a bunch of winners thanks to Express Employment Professionals to the game last night, and hearing also good feedback about the fan bus that leaves from Pia's a half hour before tip-off. And as we get into the colder weather, that is a good thing. So keep that in mind during the home basketball season.
I wonder if I'd fit in on the bus.
Of course you would.
I'd be the oldest by 30 years.
I don't know about that.
And then would they be accepting of my carton of milk?
Right. You can put your milk in the solo cup as you board the bus when you leave Pia's.
No, I want
and then you finish your beverage when you get to Pia's.
I want my little carton of milk you got in kindergarten. That's what I like drinking.
Okay.
So I would just take that.
Right.
Well, it'd be probably different.
You crack me up with that. Can't see this drink, but they do have milk because of the White Russians, which I know because of my brother Gary Ducey.
So I want the
fan.
milk, but I don't want the Russian.
Mm-hmm.
So just
All right, Illinois on top yesterday, 92-34. That was the least amount of points scored from an opponent at the State Farm Center, or us, by the way. 5-1 on the season. We have dropped out of the top 25, though, due to that loss against Alabama. Next up will be Arkansas at 3 o'clock on Thursday in Kansas City in the T-Mobile Center. And we had a lot of players in double figures, but Kasparas, Yakachonis with the game high 21.3 threes during the game. And it was on Saturday not as much energy either because the students are out. I don't know what they do with Orange Crush section. It looks like a lot of older people.
They just move people down.
Okay,
or
gotcha.
you can get the tickets. I'm not sure the deal either. But
I mean, they could sell it and give it to scholarship money. I know Orange Crush does a lot of that sort of thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Somebody texted in that they saw me on the scoreboard on Saturday.
Oh, hey.
Hey, I got in on the jersey dance. I wasn't wearing a basketball jersey. I was wearing my Butkus jersey because the football game was going on. And we mentioned yesterday how they were playing some of the football on the big Jumbotron at the game at 3 o'clock on Saturday because that was an extra long football game. I feel like it was over 4 hours with all the penalties and injuries against Rutgers.
See, there were a lot of injuries.
Mm-hmm.
And Rutgers had already lost a bunch of people for the year. So they talk about next man up. They had that going on for sure with Rutgers. But yeah, it was the game started when? 11. So yeah, it went 2:30 or 3, didn't it?
Yeah. I mean, this was after
game started at 3,
that we were watching the final minutes. It was at least 4 hours long. I do know that for sure.
Okay.
Illinois and Northwestern at Wrigley at 11 o'clock. Illinois ranked number 22 now. Our Illinois women's basketball team, number 19 in the polls, will be taking on Maryland Eastern Shore this afternoon. In Nashville, we'll be facing number 14 Kentucky coming up this week. We also have our women's volleyball in action. So lots of great Illini to support. I do want to mention, though, in NFL action, we had Baltimore over the LA Chargers 30-23 yesterday. And, of course, on Thanksgiving Day, Detroit and Chicago at noon. You'll hear that over on Q96.
Best record in football, the Detroit Lions tied with Kansas City at 10-1. And Bears are playing... They're fighting. I thought they gave up, but it doesn't look like they have, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
But good luck against Detroit on Thanksgiving Day, because that's a tough one.
And I did want to mention on Wednesday, the 27th, tomorrow at 7 is the game against Minnesota. That is a senior game. So if you want to come and see the volleyball team against number 15 Minnesota, that would be great.
Yep. 7:48. We love Chris Thomas. All right. We'll check your weather coming up.
Make this holiday season truly magical with Champaign-Urbana Ballet's The Nutcracker, December 5th through the 8th. Presented in partnership with Krannert Center for the Performing Arts, Area-Wide Technologies, Bill Bass Foundation, Stone Ridge Dairy, Two Men and a Truck, and Champaign Ballet Academy. Tickets at the Krannert Center box office or cuballet.com. Experience the unforgettable story, music, dancing, and tradition of CU Ballet's The Nutcracker.
Pia's, your number one sports bar and grill with terrific Monday night football specials. Only $4 for 16-ounce light and Coors Light, Modelo and Truly seltzers, as well as Captain Morgan. On Fighting Illini game days, add to the special Twisted Tea and Surfside cans, as well as buckets of Coors Light. Watch Illini games with fans at Pia's and enter to win an Illini football jersey before halftime. Must be present to win just before the fourth quarter. Head to 1609 West Springfield Avenue to party at Pia's.
When you're looking for your next vehicle, be sure to stop at Sarah Champagne and listen to Merez.
Hi, I'm Merez Johnson Jr., power forward for the University of Illinois basketball team. The only place you should shop for your next vehicle is Sarah Champagne, home of Honda, BMW, Buick GMC, and Subaru. Why? Because they treat you like family every time. Take it from me, Merez Johnson Jr. Sarah Champagne will be the last dealership you will ever work with.
Learn more at sarahchampagne.com. That's SERRA champagne.com.
Merez was at Daily Bread Soup Kitchen this week and doing some charity work there.
He's a good kid.
Yeah, I guess so.
Good kid when we did that commercial. He's just he's a man-child. The guy is going to be really, really good at basketball at Illinois. He's big. He almost had another double-double last night. 10 points, 8 rebounds. Merez had double-double the game before. So weather this morning brought to you by Watts Copy System. They offer cost-efficient solutions for busy offices. Want a free evaluation? Just call them, 217-352-0428.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Eastern Illinois, Champaign, and vicinity. In the midst of Canadian high pressure, a little chillier air mass, more typical of late November, firmly ensconced. Next weather system across the west into the plains. By this time tomorrow and heading on eastbound, a little bit of rain in the forecast. A decidedly colder weather pattern gets going over the Thanksgiving holiday weekend, but around here, no major travel issues expected. Maybe back into a snowy regime, northern Great Lakes region, and into areas of the Northeast and New England. After a cold start to next week, slow moderation in temperatures from west to east. Sunny today, 42 on a light northwest and west wind, increasing clouds tonight, a little spotty drizzle late, but we stay above freezing. Mid-30s tomorrow, cloudiness and a little drizzle and perhaps even a wet snowflake early in the morning, a bit of rain in the afternoon, 44 and dropping a bit later in the day as winds come around into the north and northeast tomorrow night. Maybe a little rain early and a snow shower late, no big deal, lows near 30. Thanksgiving Day, maybe a snow shower early, breezy, colder, partly sunny, 37. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm Edelshire, Greg Soldier.
Ever wonder why you pay your bank to have a checking account? Fisher National Bank does too. You see, they offer free rewards cashback checking that gives you cash back on debit purchases, no service fees or balance requirements. Simply make 12 debit card purchases, receive electronic statements, and have one direct deposit in a monthly cycle. It's so simple. Reward yourself today with rewards cashback checking. Learn more at any branch or FisherNational.com. Fisher National Bank. Exceptional communities, exceptional people. Member FDIC.
Always a pleasure to talk to Dr. Todd Likens, our pet pro, Madison Kirby in Champaign, veterinarian. Given a lot of dog baths over the last week, have you not, Todd?
Oh, my God. I was like, I didn't want to get up this morning. I'm not even the one doing it. It makes me exhausted just watching all the dogs go in and out. It's crazy.
All right, so you're all set for Thanksgiving. What's the deal when you have turkey at your house? Because the dogs must go nuts.
Yeah, Joey, Thanksgiving's pretty much been at Tina's mom's house, so that's the family gathers there.
What's
but
that?
we do smaller things here.
It's even worse with load 17 dogs to go to mom's house. I mean,
yeah, they do like their turkey. So
man.
I used to do the tradition where I offered free turkey dinners with the baths, but it was basically a can of dog food. So we'll probably break out the turkey dinners for the kids around here.
Hey, so turkey is okay if you don't give them the skin, right? The middle part white, really good. That's probably okay, isn't it?
Yeah, that's okay. I tell you, I used to close on Friday after Thanksgiving, but then I did so many emergencies by myself. I talked to staff; they now work with me because that skin can cause a lot of turkey-itis, as I like to call it.
Oh, the skin, and obviously no turkey bones, no way.
Right. I mean, if you got the bones and the skin left over, just get it out of the house because they will find it in the trash. That's for sure.
Yeah, they'll go get it, and then they'll dig through some of those sharp bones and things. That'd be really bad. Those are some of the emergencies, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
A lot of bloody diarrhea at the minimum, and surgeries at the worst part.
And the more grease a dog eats, the more diarrhea you're going to pick up, right?
Right, and even pancreatitis can be all the way from just mild diarrhea, vomiting, to all the way to fatal. just from pancreatitis from all the fat.
Yeah, you got to be careful
So,
with what your dog
there's
eats.
your warning.
Yeah, no, it's a good warning, and you got to be careful. And some dogs are more aggressive than other dogs.
Yep.
But you got to tell me why
For sure.
my little Morkie, we take her to Rural King occasionally. She just is, I don't know, fascinated and loves the little chicks.
I see.
Little chickens. It's like, okay.
And she's not aggressive. She just wants to watch them.
Yeah, but she's so excited, and I don't know if she wants to sit on an egg. I don't get it. I don't exactly know what she's doing. But
And they, there's all those videos, all these pets, interspecies pets reacting, and it's like definitely, even in the wild, you see nurturing one species, nurturing another
it's
one.
interesting. It really is how they communicate animals.
And I think as a young pet owner, especially, it's nice to make sure you're bringing the dog into businesses and different situations like that.
Oh, for sure.
Prairie Feeds will welcome dogs and stuff on a leash.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I think it is good to socialize, right? We talked about that a lot. The more the dog's out, the more the dog's out,
That's
and
right.
better behaved and stuff.
Right, exactly. They just get them out in the world and expose them, especially young. That's the most important phase. That once behaviors are there, and after age 2, they start walking in, and they get really hard to get rid of at that point.
Dr. Todd Likens, how can people connect with you, sir?
Well, call us on the turkey line, 217-355-5051.
Thank you, buddy. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, you guys too.
All right, thank you, Todd Likens, Pet Pro veterinarian at Madison, Kirby, and Champaign. You know you're doing something right when you have repeat customers. Well, Ryan, as in Ryan Sandberg, just R-Y-N-E, probably not Sandberg, but worked with the Nate Evans Group for both of his homes. Bought them and sell them with Nate. Always impressed. Said they take care of every detail in a timely manner.
Yeah. And if you have that, exploration process, maybe you're talking over the holidays with some of your family about the next chapter. Nate has that coming soon program, that secret list of homes that will soon be on the market. He also talks with some of the top builders in the region, some of them exclusively. So he has knowledge of new developments going up before other buyers are aware of them. And there's such a great team. I know Molly Jones on his team was one of the dancers at Dancing with the Stars. So Nate Evans Group had a table at the iHotel on Friday night. What a huge fundraiser. So invested in our community. Also, call the only agent I would call if I needed to sell my home. It's Nate Evans, 217-239-7113. Nate Evans of the Nate Evans Group with eXp Realty. Just do an online search to Nate Evans Group and start packing.
Sell your home with the Nate. Pick the price, pick the day. Go to the NateEvansGroup.com.
Did you know that routine maintenance on your furnace helps improve air quality in your home? Along with making sure your furnace is operating at maximum efficiency, Dogtown Heating, Air, and Plumbing wants to make sure your home is as comfortable as possible. Voted People's Choice #1 HVAC and plumbing company for the 3rd time in 4 years, let the expert team make sure you'll be warm all winter long. Call 217-841-4728 or visit DogtownHeatingAndAir.com. Book your appointment today. Dogtown Heating, Air, and Plumbing, your home's best friend.
When you're buying a battery, it's important to look beyond just the price and make sure you're buying a quality battery. So when you're buying one from the big box store, make sure you ask the question, what's the date on this battery? Is it dependable? Sometimes the big box stores have batteries that have been sitting on the shelf for years. Or you can just come to Interstate Batteries, outrageously dependable, and buy your battery from the people who only do batteries. Interstate Batteries at 2504 North Madison, Champaign, way out there, but totally worth the drive. How much is dependable worth to you? Interstate Batteries open 6 days a week.
So when was the last time you saw a best deal guarantee?
You mean a promise that actually held up?
Right.
That some unknown online entity didn't want you to log in and download a code and then re-verify as you join some club?
Drives you nuts, I know.
And then once you purchase that set of steak knives...
Well, Dick Van Dyke Appliance World is a lot simpler. You find a verified great deal and they beat it. Just show them the deal you saw. A newspaper clipping or the online cart price will do, and then you're good.
At Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, it's one of those instances where you see a best deal guarantee and...
you get the best deal.
This is Dennis Reekin, chairman of Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. Our exclusive 10-year protection plan comes free with most appliance purchases. Whether it's a GE, Whirlpool, Frigidaire, Bosch, or any of our 30 brands, I guarantee we will beat any competitor's deal. Wow!
Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
Hi, I'm Tyler Weaver, president of Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery. It's time to come home to Carpet Weavers. We don't want you to just like your new floors. We want you to love them. From waterproof floors and carpet to furnitures and design advice, we've got a team of experts on your side. We'll get you the best price and the best quality products. And complete your home with furniture and accessories. Buy it all with free financing too. Come home to Carpet Weavers, where floors, furniture, and family meet.
Yeah, beef house rolls for sure. But I'm going to buy 2 dozen.
Yeah.
For 15 people.
But you have to thaw those in time and go through that process too for Thanksgiving.
That's easy. It's morning.
Okay.
Not really easy either. Getting poofy like that.
Yeah.
All right, more coming up. You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
The firing has not ceased yet. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. As Israel's cabinet meets today to consider a U.S. brokered deal to pause the fighting with Hezbollah militants in Lebanon, Israeli airstrikes hit Beirut, prompting evacuations after more Hezbollah rockets were fired into Israel last night.
Israeli troops began a land invasion of Lebanon almost 2 months ago in response to nearly a year of rocket attacks from Hezbollah. A U.S. brokered ceasefire would see those soldiers withdraw and Hezbollah fighters move well back from the Israeli border.
As Fox's Jonathan Savage, a police officer is being mourned in Greenville, Texas, where he was shot last night in a confrontation with a gunman and killed in a wooded area behind homes. That suspect was also hit by return fire. We don't know the extent of those injuries. The incoming Trump border czar will go to the Texas border today. And Tom Homan tells Fox one priority is locating some migrant children allowed into the U.S. illegally that Biden administration lost track of.
And President Trump is committed, in addition to securing the border and having a deportation operation, is to find and locate these 300,000 children, because many of them are going to be in forced labor, many of them in forced sex trade. We need to save these children.
Some Democratic mayors and governors are readying resistance to the Trump mass deportations next year. Now, the president-elect is also accusing Mexico and Canada of having ridiculous open borders, allowing migrants and drugs to flow in, saying he will impose 25% tariffs on all products Mexico and Canada send to the U.S.
Trump is also threatening to charge an additional 10% tariff on goods coming from China, pointing to the amount of fentanyl coming from the country. The three countries are the largest trading partners of the United States, so the tariffs could have implications for several industries like automakers, farmers, and food packagers.
Fox's Madeline Rivera. The Thanksgiving travel rush is on with a busy morning at airports. This man in Atlanta says this is how to avoid the stress.
Get here early, relax a little bit, have something to eat.
So far, only 45 flights canceled, but there are nearly 600 delays. America's listening to Fox News.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down. Get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
More Trump legal victories for the president-elect before he returns to the White House, because presidents can't be prosecuted. Special counsel Jack Smith filed for both Trump federal indictments to be dismissed, which a judge has already approved in Washington in the 2020 election interference case.
Smith saying in the filing, quote, "This outcome is not based on the merits or strength of the case against the defendant." Meanwhile, earlier this year, Judge Eileen Cannon of the Southern District of Florida tossed Smith's case against Trump related to classified records. She ruled that Smith was unlawfully appointed as special counsel. And on Monday, Smith announced that he would end his appeal in that case. Trump posted on his Truth Social saying these cases, like all of the other cases I've been forced to go through, are empty and lawless and should never have been brought.
That's Fox's Brooke Singman. The Menendez brothers will have to wait longer to possibly be set free in California. A judge pushed back a resentencing hearing to January 30th. Lyle and Eric Menendez were initially given life in prison without parole for murdering their parents in 1989, but the case is under a new review over claims the motive for the murders was being sexually abused by their father.
Their attorney, though, hopes that ultimately they will achieve their aim of getting the Menendez brothers released. Now, the delay in the resentencing hearing will also give the incoming L.A. County District Attorney Nathan Hochman more time to study the case.
That's Fox's Jonathan Hunt outside the court in Van Nuys, California. On Wall Street, stock futures are mixed, up for the NASDAQ, but down more than 100 points for the Dow. On Monday Night Football, John beats Jim in a Harbaugh brothers coaching battle.
Here is Hill. He gets the first down, and on he goes. Inside the 10. End zone. Touchdown, Justice Hill.
Lamar Jackson also ran for a score and threw 2 TD passes, leading the Baltimore Ravens past the Los Angeles Chargers 30-23 on ESPN. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. 2 corrections officers are recovering after an inmate attacked them at the Sangamon County Jail. It happened on Saturday. One officer was transported to a local hospital, that with minor injuries. There's no word on the condition of the inmate or possible charges they may be facing at this time. The investigation continues. Well, warming centers opening up across the state. City of Springfield has 9 shelters available for residents seeking reprieve from colder weather, as do most sites in Champaign-Urbana. Just-in-time temps expected to continue to fall this week. Overnight lows expected in the 20s, low teens by the end of the week. A Champaign gas station partially shut down after a gas spill Sunday at the Circle K on University Avenue at about 1 in the afternoon. Champaign Fire says a contractor working on the fuel pumps when about 15 gallons of gas spilled. The area was evacuated and the scene was deemed safe within an hour. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
All right, thank you, Jim. All right, it's ESPN 93.5 with Diane Ducey.
Good morning.
I'm Stevie J. So yesterday, Greg Solier, I had reported that I saw a report on X that said Mike Ditka, the coach, was in hospice care and wasn't doing very well. So I'd read that. Hospice means you're kind of on the edge of dying. So
that's not good.
I'm here to report that's false. That is bad information. Good. It was not. Walter's son, Jared Payton, tweeted out much the same, that he heard reports. That's not true. Johnny talked to Diana, his wife, yesterday. And they have moved back to Chicago.
Oh, wow.
They left Naples because she said everybody died.
I see.
So, he said all
her friends.
All her friends. She said all her friends are dead. So they
because he used to play gin and golf.
In Chicago, he'd go to Bobolink and he'd do all the. They played Jim Rummy all day.
Yeah.
Anyway, Coach is not on his deathbed. That's a false statement, false report. I feel bad I even said it because I saw it on X, and you got to verify stuff. Mm-hmm. We haven't been able to reach Diana, his wife. Johnny tried on his birthday, but she said he's fine.
Okay.
I mean, fine relative.
Okay.
He's not necessarily.
We'll start another rumor. His hat's been thrown in for the coaching job at the Bears at the end of the season. He's coming back.
Wouldn't that be something? You know what?
Wow.
If you get a little time machine and you see Coach in his aviators and his sweaters.
I can see the cigar and the sweater going on.
Man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm telling you what. No, he's
north of 80, I believe, right?
85.
Wow.
No, he's 85 now. Coach is anyway. He's not playing golf or anything like that, but he's not in hospice.
Good.
So I felt bad reporting that, and glad I could clarify that. And Johnny might have more tomorrow when he's up. Okay, 8:08 meteorologist Greg. So by the way, I'm kind of into autographs, and I used to write letters to famous people in the 1980s.
Okay.
And get autographs. So I'm kind of follow this RAAB RAB collection. I would love someday to have the autograph of every president of the United States, which is possible. Tricky, but possible. So it's stuff like this. There's an Abraham Lincoln letter that he wrote right after the first shots were fired at Fort Sumter in Charleston, South Carolina, where the Civil War started.
Yeah.
And there's a letter he wrote to somebody regarding the elevation of young man to lieutenant. He's a man of young, great energy. A. Lincoln. All right? I mean, and you can buy that letter. It's available.
Have you started this collection?
I have, Richard Nixon. I have George Herbert Walker Bush. I have Donald Trump.
I mean, you've been at this for decades.
Well, I haven't really pursued the president. I sent, in 1988, I sent a letter to Joe Biden, and I got 7 autographs back. Oh, they're all fake. Thanks, Joe.
Oh, shoot.
It's a lot, Joe.
Right. That's not quite what I intended.
Nothing personal, pal.
Right.
Anyway, you can buy this Lincoln letter for only $55,000.
I see.
So
should we start a GoFundMe?
Yeah, just because I like autographs. I want you to give me some money. Give me some money.
I'll help you out.
Wouldn't that be cool to have? You'd have a collection. You could have a room where all the autographs. You'd have to photocopy and put the real autographs in a safe deposit box. But I think that'd be really. You can get a George Washington autograph.
With a digital backup, a verified copy.
You'd have to have all the authentication stuff. So, all right, here we go. It's meteorologist Greg Solier, brought to you this morning by Kurt Lenshout, State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, Kurt and State Farm are there. Well, sir, what are you looking at here for this rest of the week?
Well, the news guy kind of stole the thunder of the weather guy. Yeah, colder and more or less a December-like temperature level shaping up, but none of the December-related nonsense, i.e. snow or ice around here, as we continue a separated jet stream pattern around here, the old split flow, and we ultimately get just strictly into the northern branch, and hence some colder days, but these too shall pass. It takes about a week or so to start that process here into the early days of, December already. In any event, we're within a degree or two of about the 25 to 26 degree range out there. Currently, it'll be a little more typical late November day. Sun-filled, mind you, with a west-northwest breeze at about 42. Clouds are already streaking back into the central plains. They'll arrive here tonight with maybe a few sprinkles, maybe a couple of snowflakes mixed in. We'll stay above freezing, though, at 35 as winds turn southerly. Tomorrow, clouds, a little spotty rain, drizzle, a couple of wet snowflakes in the morning, probably Champaign northward. A little rain here tomorrow afternoon and evening time with a high up to 44. We'll bottom out at 30 tomorrow night and range through the 30s during the course of the day on Thanksgiving Day. Maybe a little snow shower action early in the day in a couple of spots in the afternoon. Sun, gusty northwest wind. Just basically cold weather. A couple of snow flurries early Friday. Touch of light snow south of Champaign. Late Saturday, early Sunday. Good driving weather across the Midwest at large. Temps in the 30s as mentioned for Friday. And actually make the 20s for high temperatures on Friday. Up near 30 on Saturday. 28 Sunday. 20s by day. Low to mid-teens at night. And dry weather. Sun-filled Monday and Tuesday of next week. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
One more thing, so I wrote to Gerald Ford right after, I guess it was in the 80s after he left office by a lot of, he was the one that took over for Richard Nixon after Watergate. So I wrote him a letter with his quote
Representative from Michigan, I believe, right?
Congressman from Michigan stepped in when Spiro Agnew bolted town, the vice president for Richard Nixon. Gerald Ford became vice president, and then Watergate broke, and they said, Mr. President, we're going to impeach you, so Richard Nixon resigned in 1974. So at the inauguration, Gerald R. Ford said, I am acutely aware that you did not elect me with your votes. I ask you to confirm me with your prayers. And I wrote that. I wrote that on an acid-free paper, which is what you want autographs on so they don't fade over time. And I sent it to him, and big old Gerald R. Ford signature sent back.
Nice.
And I got that framed with his picture in the office.
Okay.
So, but excellent. Those are cool and very exciting when you get the mail. But I was really into that in the 80s, there's no doubt. Okay, buddy, we'll talk soon, but thank you for your good work, my friend.
Thank you, gang. We'll see you around.
All right, 8:13, ESPN 93.5. Fighting Illini basketball wins their 5th game last night. It wasn't much of a game, but what the heck? It's a W. It's good.
Absolutely. A 58-point margin of victory. 92-34 was the final. We're 5-1 on the season, which has kicked us out of the top 25. And Kasparas Yakachonis had the game-high 21 points, 3 threes during that. Tommy and Trey White also with 16. Tomislav Ivicic has double figures in all 6 games.
He's a very good player, and he's got that NBA thing where
There's
you can...
something about these guys when you're looking at their faces. They seem so young.
Well, they are. Relatively to our age, yes, they're very young.
4 games in 9 days is what we've got. And, we've got Arkansas and Kansas City Thursday, Thanksgiving at 3.
Anybody have
T-Mobile
a schedule?
Center.
What's after Arkansas on Thanksgiving?
Okay.
Then I know we have December 10. That's probably the next one. Then we go Thursday and probably don't play again until the next Wednesday. That's very possible. And that would be Wisconsin. December 10, my mother's birthday. It's Wisconsin. So, yeah.
Little Rock was yesterday. Arkansas Northwestern is December 6th, Stevie.
So we sneak one in.
In Evanston.
Oh, we got 2 Big Tens.
At 8 o'clock. Then Wisconsin, December 10th at 8 o'clock at the State Farm Center.
6 is a Saturday.
So that's our next round of tickets for Wisconsin, December 10. I feel like some people are asking for those.
Where are
tickets.
we? Sunday is December, right? Okay.
Yes.
So we got a little break here after the Thanksgiving.
A little break because
like
December 6th is Friday.
Okay, so we're off from Thursday to the next Friday.
Uh-huh.
Probably need all that stuff.
And then between Friday and then Tuesday, December 10th for Wisconsin.
Okay, I know at Northwestern, again, that's never easy.
Right.
Up there in Evanston. But again, we're all just kind of wandering around thinking, how good are we? And we're not going to know until we beat a team that, you look at and say, yikes, that'd be a great win. We haven't had, it's a process. People are saying, I'm tired of hearing. It is a process. And sometimes you can't rush it. But it seems to be coming along defensively, which is really, really key because a couple of games ago, a couple of the early ones are going, we're not guarding anybody. Well, we were guarding people last night.
Mm-hmm.
Those kids couldn't get a shot off from Little Rock.
Right.
Man.
Which is good to see.
Yep.
By the way, the game against Missouri, our bragging rights game, will be Sunday the 22nd at noon in St. Louis.
That's always different.
Right.
Because that's usually, when that's an 8 o'clock game on a Wednesday, people go down all day.
I know.
And it's, I was there at one. Johnny took us down to the 05 game, the 04-05 team, and it was lit. And I'm talking a lot of alcohol. By 8 o'clock at night,
right.
Go!
And you're staying in St. Louis and all those places around the establishments.
You walk to your hotel
and you're wearing your orange and blue, and you've got different places
and
that are.
Missouri, we beat by a ton last year, and that's when the coach said this is a Final Four team. And had we not played Connecticut, it was. And so they went out and spent some money, and they're good.
Right.
So Missouri is back to a really good game. And again, Illinois, I think talent-wise, wow, arrow is up. I don't think you're going to see these kids around campus past March or April because they'll be done going on.
Yeah.
You're going to have 2 or 3 play at the next level next year. So it's every year is kind of what we got.
So essentially only 5 games in December. So that's interesting. December 6th at Northwestern. The 10th against Wisconsin. Then December 14th, the Saturday at 4:30 is Tennessee.
That's a big one.
I just mentioned Missouri on Sunday, December 22nd at noon. And then December 29th, Sunday at 1 is hosting Chicago State.
Oh, okay. So Big Ten and flurry in January then.
Right.
Okay.
Well, and starting at Oregon, January 2nd, a Thursday at 9 p.m.
So we play in the Citrus Bowl 31, spend the night. Then you go the first, if you're Josh Whitman, you'll fly from Florida to Oregon. Yikes.
Yeah.
That's a run now.
That's something to think about. And people are talking about what bowl are we going to be in.
Well, lots of buzz on the Citrus.
Yes.
I don't know if we
Which is December 31st, I believe.
That's a New Year's Eve game.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and then flying out to Oregon January 2nd, Thursday at 9.
I could see the team coming back on January 1, the next day. And then the basketball team has to be out a day before. It's a Big Ten rule. You have to go a day before because of weather and stuff.
Right.
So they would leave probably that afternoon. Josh should go from one plane to the other. I'm just thinking logistics.
Right.
Because that's my job.
Thank you for that, Stevie, because we're all wondering how we can make this happen.
You're going from Orlando to whatever, what is it, Oregon? I don't know the town they were just in. We played football out there.
Eugene.
Mm-hmm. So we go from there to there.
Dad's middle name. Is that Eugene? They used to say. All right. So Illinois women's basketball, number 19, are playing Maryland Eastern Shore. And this is Music City's Classic in Nashville. And we've got Kentucky on Wednesday at 7, and they're ranked number 14.
Don't forget Saturday, November 30th, Small Business Saturday, day to celebrate, support small businesses and all they do for our communities. About 31.7 million small businesses in America. That counts for most all of the businesses. Small business. If you can participate, the small business person would really appreciate it. Enjoy time. Pick up a cup of coffee from your favorite neighborhood cafe. The small guys are really good.
Absolutely.
Market yourself as a small business owner. American Express offers free materials, sample posters, social media resources. Busey wants you to know about local businesses, and Saturday, November 30th, Small Business Saturday. If you shop, try and shop on Saturday, November 30th. If you can't do the 30th, just shop local.
Yeah.
Local. Mm-hmm. We really need your help. Busey invites you to shop local on Small Business Saturday, this Saturday, November 30. You might even discover your new favorite store. To learn more about Small Business Saturday, connect with Busey on Facebook and Twitter or visit Busey.com. Member FDIC.
Champaign Center Partnership has their Parade of Lights on Saturday, the 30th, too.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois. Champaign event and vicinity in the midst of Canadian high pressure. A little chillier air mass, more typical of late November, firmly ensconced. Next weather system across the west into the plains. By this time tomorrow and heading on eastbound, a little bit of rain in the forecast. A decidedly colder weather pattern gets going over the Thanksgiving holiday weekend, but around here, no major travel issues expected. Maybe back into a snowy regime, northern Great Lakes region, and into areas of the Northeast and New England. After a cold start to next week, slow moderation in temperatures from west to east. Sunny today, 42 on a light northwest and west wind, increasing clouds tonight, a little spotty drizzle late, but we stay above freezing. Mid-30s tomorrow, cloudiness and a little drizzle and perhaps even a wet snowflake early in the morning, a bit of rain in the afternoon, 44 and dropping a bit later in the day as winds come around into the north and northeast tomorrow night. Maybe a little rain early and a snow shower late, no big deal, lows near 30. Thanksgiving Day, maybe a snow shower early, breezy, colder, partly sunny, 37. For Stevie J Broadcasting, Abby Roches, Greg Solvier.
I'm Neil Cavuto, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Overseas markets are reacting to President-elect Trump's tariff threat, rattling Mexican and Canadian currencies. Industrial metals and global automakers also under pressure as the president-elect promises to make imports from Canada, Mexico, and China more expensive. Most economists say American consumers would just end up paying higher prices. And Burlington shares feeling a cool down because of warm weather. The retailer's sales of coats and cold weather gear taking a hit from the unseasonably balmy temperatures starting in mid-September. Excluding cold weather categories, same-store sales would have been up 4%. Burlington's net income of $90.6 million, or $1.40 a share for the third quarter, is up from the $48.6 million, or 75 cents a share, a year earlier. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Lillian Wu, invested in you.
It is time to take the quiz.
5 days a week, it's 5 questions in less than 5 minutes. We ask people on the streets of New York City to play along. Let's see how you do.
Including the pre-Super Bowl era, what NFL franchise has won the most NFL championships?
I'm going to say the Cowboys.
Good guess. I would say the Packers.
How'd you do? Exactly. These get tougher, so hang on.
Make sure you take the quiz every weekday at thequiz.fox. Thank you for taking the quiz.
It's always great when Nate Evans of the Nate Evans Group with eXp Realty can stop by our studios and explain a few things, like some of the most important things when it comes to selling a home.
Most of the people don't know what they don't know, so they contact us immediately so we can help guide them through that prep stage. Right now, more than ever, you're trying to do as much as you can to get as much back, especially somebody that just recently bought within the last year and a half, and they bought at elevated prices. So this is uncharted territory for a lot of newer buyers that don't have a lot of equity built up in their homes. They have a job change or they need to get out of there. They're trying to figure out how to make that happen. So we're able to educate them, help them through that. A lot of people are just trying to dive back and go, is it the right time to buy or sell? And a lot of people have hit the pause button on that, and that's fine. People need to feel good about the process, need to feel good about their decisions. None of this needs to be reckless, and I think a lot of the stuff that we hear within the media just kind of fuels some of that, and I think it's a pretty simple process still if you're doing it for the right reason.
Nate Evans of the Nate Evans Group with eXp Realty, getting you that immediate cash offer on your home with flexible fees. Sell your home for the most money possible. Start packing.
A family-friendly comedy movie is coming to Danville's Fisher Theater on Saturday, November 30th. The LAF Kids has 4 orphans trying to save the head lady and orphanage as they go on an adventure of a lifetime. The world premiere of The Laugh Kids will have a red carpet event with all kinds of stars coming into town for this special night. Local producers from East Central Illinois who shot the movie Irresponsible are at it again. Saturday, November 30th in Danville's Fisher Theater with the world premiere of The Lost and Found Kids. This North End Empire film will have you rolling in the aisles. Take the whole family to this red carpet event and get pictures and autographs from some of the movie's actors making an appearance on the Saturday after Thanksgiving in Danville's historic Fisher Theater. Get your tickets now and check out the VIP passes by visiting atthefisher.com/laf.kids.
He is
Pia's, 1609 West Springfield Avenue in Champaign. Enjoy drink specials from Coors and Miller Lite, Twisted Tea, Captain Morgan, and Bullet Rye Bourbon. As we say, go Illini. Great drink specials, terrific pub food like the Slugger Burger, chicken fingers, loaded nachos, and fish on Fridays. Pia's will have a fan bus to watch the Illini. It leaves a half hour before tip-off. As you head to the State Farm Center, get dropped off and picked up in the Front Circle Drive off 1st Street. Pia's, 1609 West Springfield Avenue in Champaign.
Former Vice Presidential candidate Tim Walz is speaking today about stuff.
What stuff?
I don't know, future, what happened, all of those.
Okay.
He's governor of Minnesota.
Right.
And the Democrats have to decide, who are they? Are they the party of the progressives or are they party of the Democrats? And then they're afraid, well, if we really stand by our guns, what a lot of Democrats believe but really can't say is a lot more common sense closer to what we have now. And if they do that, you're going to turn off people in the primary. And so what do? Do you ditch the far left and say, just do your own thing because we're not doing that anymore? Wokeism is going to die, DEI, all this stuff. It was rejected. So if they stay the course, I think it's very good for the Republicans. I think people just rose up and said, this is nonsense. We don't like what's happening, particularly every day at the grocery store. And inflation and crime and the border and all the crime that's happening because of the border and all the homelessness and the people allowed to do this and that and steal money and everything. Well, Walmart's the latest to drop their DEI. A lot of companies now are falling in line going, phew, now we can not do that anymore, whereby you hire people based on the color of their skin versus based on talent. Opposite of what Dr. Martin Luther King said, judge us by the content of our character, which is what it ought to be about, and talent. And if everybody's Asian or everybody's Indian or everybody's black, who cares? Really? Show me talent.
Absolutely.
So anyway, I think hopefully we have a course correction on some of this absolute nonsense that drove everybody crazy that just doesn't make sense. Here's hoping that we can get rid of the woke virus, which is exactly what it is, far worse than COVID, from the damage it's produced.
Yeah.
Open borders have killed so many. Did you see the image of the 2-year-old by themselves at the border?
Oh, no.
She could raise 2 fingers on how old I am. And there was a 2-year-old behind her, all by themselves. What do you think is happening to those children?
I don't know.
What do you think happens to their care? Who's changing the diaper on a 2-year-old?
Right.
It is sickening to see what's going on. So Tom Homan, pretty determined. By the way, apparently Governor Pritzker can't stand up and say feds go away. Sorry, that's not in the Constitution. You cannot deny that the jurisdiction on an illegal immigrant is federal. The mayor of Denver was asked if he's willing to go to jail for it. He said yes. Good for him. That's dumb. Why would you want to get involved? Well, I'm going to not be. Governor Pritzker said they have to go through me. Are you talking about the criminals, Governor? What are you talking about? If you're talking about people that are in jail because they're felons and they've killed people, raped people, done horrible things to people, and you're protecting them, what are you doing? They need to leave the country. They're not supposed to be here anyway.
Right.
And you're supposed to be some hero standing up to a criminal being protected by you?
Please, let's take care of our own Americans in our country, or people going through the proper process that have been doing that for years to become an American citizen.
We will see how all that works out. If in fact the federal government can remove a mayor, I don't know. We will see, but the Mayor Johnson in Chicago is the same way. You're not going to come through. Yeah, well, actually we will.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll test the Constitution and some of our legal prowess as to who has jurisdiction. And it's clear that it's the federal government on illegal immigration. So we're going to shut down the border. There's going to be more happening on Inauguration Day, January 20, 2025, than you'll be able to keep up with. I don't even know how to do the show. I mean, it's on what do we say, Monday? Is that Martin Luther King Day? January 20?
I believe so, because January 17th, the Friday coming into that holiday weekend, is our Cardinal Caravan.
Yeah, 14th is the Cardinal Caravan.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, so I think it's a week before.
Okay, well, I need to look at some of
Anyway,
those.
I don't know. I don't know dates.
That's January 14th is a Tuesday.
No, then it's not the 14th.
It's
Martin Luther King weekend,
right.
so you're right.
Usually it's the Friday coming in, and that's the 17th.
Okay, so 17.
So the 20th is the Monday,
yeah,
which is Martin Luther King.
Okay, so that'll be a day off.
Right.
People, and there might be a huge crowd in Washington for this.
Right.
There's a lot of people.
Because it's always January 20th?
Yep, always January 20th,
right.
Constitution. So January 20, and then by the 21st, we'll be unpacking all of that. And that's going to be, there's just going to be a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's got 100 executive orders ready to go. I mean, it's just going to be a lot.
Well, coming into this segment, you mentioned Tim Walz to address Democratic donors as DNC Union launches GoFundMe for furious staffers.
All the staff did not get paid. They spent $1.5 billion and you didn't pay the ground people. That is irresponsible and cruel that they have to do GoFundMe to get paid for all the hours they spent with you. And one goes to Hawaii and the other disappears?
Who is stepping up for that?
I don't think you're going to have them step up. They're off to the next thing, I think. But they have a GoFundMe page. They're trying to raise $25,000 to pay some people. They're up to 18, I think, on that. All right, 217-359-2255, wherever you're listening from, whether it be on social media or on terrestrial radio. We love it. Just let us know if you have anything to say or comment on. It's called our Fisher National Bank text line. We have another half hour of the program to go, ladies and gentlemen. We're glad you're listening. It is Tuesday, November 26th, 2 days from Thanksgiving, ESPN 93.5. It's now 8:30.
Here's what new customers are saying about Interstate Batteries.
It's nice to see capable and helpful associates. They did a top-notch job.
They were easy to talk to and explained everything.
Service was prompt and I was a walk-in. Total service time was only like 20 minutes. I highly recommend Interstate Batteries.
Interstate Batteries. Outrageously dependable. How much is dependable worth? Experience them for the first time at 2504 North Mattis. Way out there, but worth the drive. Interstate Batteries. Outrageously dependable.
Visit interstatebatteries.com.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. President Biden wants drugs to treat obesity covered by Medicare and Medicaid. Fox's Jared Halpern.
The administration says for too many people, critical treatments are too expensive, costing as much as $1,000 a month without insurance. A bipartisan coalition in Congress is lobbying for the drugs to be covered by Medicare, arguing it will save the government from spending billions of dollars treating chronic conditions caused by obesity.
Approval would fall to the Trump administration. President-elect Trump says he'll impose 25% import fees on products from Canada and Mexico as retaliation for lax border policies.
Trump also says we will be charging China an additional 10% tariff above any additional tariffs on all of their many products coming into the United States. The tariffs could have major implications for several industries and consumers like automakers and farmers.
Fox's Madeline Rivera. America's listening to Fox News.
Your favorite Mexican restaurant, El Toro on West Springfield in Champaign, is still open 7 days a week despite the construction on West Springfield. If you're craving those mouth-watering Mexican dishes, just enter from the east. When you see the barricade at Springfield and Kenwood, look for their special driveway. It'll guide you straight to El Toro. El Toro will be serving up your favorites all through the construction for the next 5 months. Open daily and ready to welcome you. El Toro, your destination for authentic Mexican cuisine, even during construction.
So when was the last time you saw a best deal guarantee?
You mean a promise that actually held up?
Right.
That some unknown online entity didn't want you to log in and download a code and then re-verify as you join some club.
Drives you nuts, I know.
And then once you purchase that set of steak knives...
Well, Dick Van Dyke Appliance World is a lot simpler. You find a verified great deal and they beat it. Just show them the deal you saw. A newspaper clipping or the online cart price will do, and then you're good.
At Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, it's one of those instances where you see a best deal guarantee and...
you get the best deal.
This is Dennis Reekin, chairman of Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. Our exclusive 10-year protection plan comes free with most appliance purchases. Whether it's a GE, Whirlpool, Frigidaire, Bosch, or any of our 30 brands, I guarantee we will beat any competitor's deal. Wow!
Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
What is most important to you in your life?
This is Eric Boland with Provident Financial Group. Whether you're launching a career, raising a family, planning for retirement, or creating a legacy, we can help. At Provident, we provide strategic thinking and perspective that help clients like you realize their goals. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network. Member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Here's a look at local news. Well, warming centers opening up across the state. City of Springfield has 9 shelters available for residents seeking reprieve from colder weather, as do most sites in Champaign-Urbana. Just-in-time temps expected to continue to fall this week. Overnight lows expected in the 20s, low teens by the end of the week. A Champaign gas station partially shut down after a gas spill Sunday at the Circle K on University Avenue at about 1 in the afternoon. Champaign Fire says a contractor working on the fuel pumps when about 15 gallons of gas spilled. The area was evacuated and the scene was deemed safe within an hour. 2 corrections officers are recovering after an inmate attacked them at the Sangamon County Jail. It happened on Saturday. One officer was transported to a local hospital, that with minor injuries. There's no word on the condition of the inmate or possible charges they may be facing at this time. The investigation continues. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Joe Miller.
In an ever-changing real estate market, it is so important to work with experienced agents like Russ and Nick Taylor with the Taylor teams at Taylor Realty Associates. They have the knowledge and expertise to get your home sold for the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time. Trust the experience and success of Russ and Nick Taylor with the Taylor team at Taylor Realty Associates. Give them a call today at 217-355-0700 or visit them online at taylorboys.com. That's taylorboys.com.
Looking for the perfect pair of boots? Come on down to Pard's Western Shop in Urbana. With an amazing selection that fits every style, Pard's has the perfect pair waiting for you the next time you're hitting the rodeo or stepping out in style. They've got great deals and sale prices on men's cowboy boots, girls' cowgirl boots, and kids' boots. And their friendly staff will make sure you leave with the boots you love. Pard's Western Shop, serving its customers with high-quality merchandise since 1968. Go see them today at 306 North Maple Street in Urbana.
Is the plumbing in your home driving you crazy? From leaks to drips or remodels, Dogtown Heating, Air, and Plumbing has you covered. Voted CU's #1 plumbing company, and there's a reason. Treating all customers like friends. Backed up sewers, clogged drains. Call today. Dogtown Heating, Air, and Plumbing, 217-841-4728, or visit dogtownheatingandair.com. Dogtown Heating, Air, and Plumbing, your home's best friend.
Check your weather, brought to you by Busey for over 155 years, member FDIC.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Eastern Illinois, Champaign-Urbana and vicinity. In the midst of Canadian high pressure, a little chillier air mass, more typical of late November, firmly ensconced. Next weather system across the west into the plains by this time tomorrow and heading on eastbound. A little bit of rain in the forecast. A decidedly colder weather pattern gets going over the Thanksgiving holiday weekend, but around here, no major travel issues expected. Maybe back into a snowy regime, northern Great Lakes region, and into areas of the Northeast and New England. After a cold start to next week, slow moderation in temperatures from west to east. Sunny today, 42 on a light northwest and west wind, increasing clouds tonight, a little spotty drizzle late, but we stay above freezing. Mid-30s tomorrow, cloudiness and a little drizzle and perhaps even a wet snowflake early in the morning, a bit of rain in the afternoon, 44 and dropping a bit later in the day as winds come around into the north and northeast tomorrow night. Maybe a little rain early and a snow shower late, no big deal, lows near 30. Thanksgiving Day, maybe a snow shower early, breezy, colder, partly sunny, 37. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm Meteorologist Greg Soldier.
The University of Illinois Police Training Institute is celebrating 70 years with a bingo night at the Elks Lodge on Saturday, November 23rd from 6 to 9 p.m. The Police Training Institute's 70th anniversary bingo night, Saturday, November 23rd from 6 to 9 p.m. at the Elks Lodge located at 903 North Dunlap Avenue in Savoy. To register for this night of bingo, food, prizes, and fun, visit pti.illinois.edu and click on the 70th anniversary tab.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
All right, 8:38. I don't want to spend too much time on speculation, but Kamala Harris is reportedly still thinking of running for president. And I'll play about as much as I can take on this.
Understanding the children of the community are the children of the community.
It's on your laptop, and it's then therefore up here in this cloud that exists above us, right?
Okay, now I want each of you to shout your own name. Do that.
Oh, boy. That didn't work.
You know what? If you want Donald Trump to win, then say that. Otherwise, I'm speaking.
Whoa. Heckler.
You're prettier than you're on television. Mike, look at her. No.
I don't miss that at all. So.
Yeah, it was quite 100 days.
Oh, I had about 2 minutes of that, and that's as far as I can go with it. So can't do it. Cannot. And listen, she would never, ever, ever get a nomination on her own. She tried that. She had 1% support. They put her in there. And Joe Biden would have done better than Kamala, I think. And Joe Biden is addled. Is that the proper description? He did the turkey pardon yesterday, and I was rooting for him.
Okay.
And he pardoned the turkeys.
Okay, that worked out.
Pretty good. Still was like, where are we going? Where are we going?
Okay, gotcha.
I don't know. There's so many things that happen. You know what would have happened if Donald Trump did not accept the June 27 debate? They wouldn't have had time to switch. Said, I'll talk to you after your nomination. And then it would have been Biden, and he might have done better than Kamala. Anyway, it's over. On to the next things, and hopefully we're rooting for America to get better. We're rooting for prices to come down. I think it's a lot's going to happen in the next 12 months with all the inflation. And then you've just got a horrifically dangerous situation with Ukraine and Russia. And the fact that the Biden administration has told Putin, Zelensky to go ahead and fire rockets into Moscow, it's fine. What are we doing with that? Maybe you should consult with the future president and say, what do you guys want to do? Well, don't make it worse.
Yeah.
Right? You know, Russia's lost like 700,000 people in this war. Russia.
Wow.
It's been expensive, from human life to money, but human life, 700,000? We lost 56,000 Americans in Vietnam. Think about 700,000 in Ukraine. And Ukrainians, what's their country left to look like? It's just, a lot of those cities are in shambles. Guess who's going to pay for that? America. Nobody else in the world will do it or could do it. And then who's going to get the contracts? Well, some of these big power guys. I think BlackRock's probably the most powerful corporation company we got going on. And I'm not sure we want to look under the hood with all of that. And then what's going to be exposed? Are we going to really be transparent? Are we going to open up things? Are we going to do a January 6th investigation full out? Or are we going to believe what's been fed to us? Do you know that the January 6th commission didn't have any Republicans on it that the Republicans wanted? They took Liz Cheney, but she was anti-Trump. Adam Kinzinger, anti-Trump. They accepted Republicans, so it's bipartisan. Anybody the Republican wanted to put on the committee were turned down. No, we're not doing you. So completely one-sided. So it'd be nice to have complete transparency on a lot of things we're not sure about, so we get the final historic answers as to why Nancy Pelosi did not accept extra protection.
Yep.
And why so many things happened.
Yeah.
They said all these people died. That's not true. One woman died. She was an Air Force veteran that was there protesting. Shouldn't have done it. Shouldn't have been there. But she got shot climbing through a window. Didn't have any weapons. Just kind of coming through the window. And they exonerated the guy that shot her. I don't know. We have this one narrative that we're absolutely forced to believe, or else we're insurrectionists. I hope those days are over. I don't want Donald Trump to go after his political enemies, but I want him to go get people that broke the law. I think that's fair. If you broke the law, and there's a lot of people that probably broke the law, and he looks at that, then you probably ought to do something, right?
Yes.
Don't
be held accountable.
Donald Trump, they changed the law in New York so that they could charge him with the New York crimes, the business fraud, which was a total joke.
Because he had everything paid up.
He borrowed money from the banks. The banks came to testify, and they said he paid it back with interest. Nobody got hurt here.
Yeah.
So how does that work? And he gets found guilty? And then they couldn't come to any unanimous decision, so he said, well, vote for that, and y'all vote for something.
Right.
What the heck?
They clumped everything together.
It's dizzying. So I mean, are we going to find out what happened to John Kennedy? How about Bobby Kennedy? What happened in the 1960s?
Yeah.
Is there information out there that would lead us to believe that the truth has not been spoken? Do we want to know that? Can we handle the truth? There's a lot out there, and I think we're going to find out. In addition, that we have nearly 8,000 federal buildings that are empty that we're paying heat and air conditioning for. It wastes billions a year. Did you know we had 8,000 federal buildings empty? Because people didn't come back from COVID. And now they're going to be asked to come and work 5 days a week. That's bringing rain. They haven't come back from COVID, and they don't want to come back from COVID.
Right. Everybody's adjusted now. They're
they
raising the
even,
kids and
they haven't,
saving so much on childcare. And
well, but what's our effectiveness? What is the barometer for a federal worker on how much work they're getting done? Do we track that? We're going to find out a lot about where our money's going. I love it.
Well, that's part of the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, that Elon is teaming up with buyback on.
We might not want to know, but we're going to find out. And I'm excited to know how our money's being spent. And you're going to be shocked at how we blow money. It's unbelievable. 8:45.
One thing's for sure, everybody's different. That's why the new Villa Grove Community Center has something for everyone. Basketball your thing? Got it. Baseball or softball? Indoor batting cages and leagues for all ages. Indoor running track, soccer, pickleball, weightlifting, ellipticals, it's all here. Plus a splash pad for those hot summer days and a community room perfect for parties or meetings. And membership is open to anyone. The Villa Grove Community Center. What's your thing?
Illinois basketball star Merez Johnson on needing some help from Sarah Champagne and Ben Quattrone.
I was going back home for a weekend and I was going to be downtown. I text Ben, can I get a different car, go to Chicago? And I got something small, a nice Buick, something that was nice. I got my car back when I came. It was quick. Ben and Sarah Champagne took care of me.
And Sarah Champagne would do that for you too. Learn more at sarahchampagne.com. That's SERRA champagne.com.
I've got to clean out this garage. Let's see. What's the cheapest and easiest dumpster service in our area?
Here's what I found. The doggy bag.
Think she's broken. I'm not looking for takeout. Siri, try again.
The doggy bag from Bulldog Disposal in Mahomet.
Doggy bag? What's that?
If you got junk that needs to go, but you don't want the hassle of having an enormous dumpster delivered, grab a doggy bag, keep it as long as you need. They'll come take it away. For more information, just visit bulldoggybag.com.
That's bulldoggybag.com.
Don't let the chilly weather keep you from having fun. Warm up with exciting activities instead. Registration for Champaign Park District's winter and spring programs is now open, with activities for all ages, ranging from sports and fitness to cultural arts and special events. There's something for everyone. Whether you're looking to learn a new skill, socialize, or just have a blast, their activities are designed to inspire creativity and expand your horizons. Stay active and engaged all season long. Visit champaignparks.org for details.
Good morning, First Federal Savings Bank. How may I direct your call?
Speak with friendly, real people during lobby hours. It matters when you call First Federal Savings Bank of Champaign-Urbana. A real person located at the bank. Not a recording answers your call during lobby hours. Personal, friendly service makes a difference. 217-356-BANK.
Thank you for calling. Have a great day.
Rated 5-star superior by Bauer Financial, Inc. Fast, friendly, and local with local loan decisions and underwriting. If you're not already banking with us, give us a try. We think you'll love it here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. NMLS 435120.
Illinois basketball season is underway. Single game tickets to see your Fighting Illini at State Farm Center are on sale now at fightingillini.com. Great seats are still available. Lock in your tickets for big games against Big Ten opponents before they're gone. Don't miss your chance to see the winningest team in the Big Ten Conference over the last 5 years. Be part of the atmosphere and get tickets at fightingillini.com.
All right, 8:48. Quick check of morning sports.
Illinois beat Little Rock 92-34 yesterday. So next up will be Arkansas in Kansas City at 3 o'clock on Thanksgiving from the T-Mobile Center. We have women's basketball in action at 1:15 against Maryland Eastern Shore as the Music City Classic takes place in Nashville. Tomorrow will be a challenge as we take on number 14 Kentucky at 7 o'clock. So go women's basketball 5-0 on the season so far. Big Ten Player of the Week, Kendall Bostic. Congratulations. Also, some of our football players getting a tap with awards, Pat Bryant and Luke Altmaier. Of course, we'll be facing Northwestern at Wrigley at 11 o'clock on Saturday. Go Illini.
All next week, we'll be telling you about an autograph session that'll be coming to Champaign at the Marriott at 6th and Green. It's a Saturday, and you know who's signing?
Who?
Luke Altmaier and Pat Bryant.
Yes.
Why not?
Why not?
How about that for a stocking stuffer for somebody?
Yeah.
Anyway, it's Liddyville, Litty, Liddyville.com. You're supposed to sign up so they can hold
your reservation spot.
Yep. It's like $40. You get autographs, $5 more you want a selfie with.
Okay.
I mean, these are two hot guys.
I love it.
And I think even Valentine, the freshman running back, is going to be there too.
Uh-huh.
All right, 8:49.
At Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery, we're flooring people with amazing service, great design advice, and unbeatable selection and the best prices in town. It's the perfect time to update your home with waterproof flooring, carpet, hardwood, tile, and more. Then complete your rooms by shopping our incredible selection of furniture and accessories. We also offer great financing options. Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery, we're flooring people.
You've changed thousands of diapers, played hours of peekaboo and duck duck goose because you do anything for your kids. That's why it's so important to protect them with life insurance from State Farm. State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow will help make it easy and affordable to help you protect your family no matter what the future holds. Because for the people you do anything for, life insurance could mean everything. Call State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow in Champaign-Urbana today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Jesse with Lands Underground Solutions. When it comes to your septic system, trust the team at Lands Underground Solutions. Our septic specialists have been working in the septic industry, installing and repairing septics in Central Illinois for over 40 years. When it comes to your septic system, trust the team at Lands Underground for repairs, maintenance, or replacement of your septic. Lands Underground Solutions. Why call anyone else?
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana this Saturday. Good looking day on tap. Seasonal temperatures and a northwest to west breeze. High about 42, increasing cloudiness for tonight. Little spotty drizzle and a couple of snowflakes late. The lows down above freezing at 34. For the day tomorrow, cloudiness, a little spotty drizzle, maybe a few snowflakes early, especially from Champaign on northward. Bit of rain in the afternoon, turning cooler at about 44 and dropping as winds turn around north or northeast late in the day. Bit of rain early tomorrow night, maybe a late night snow shower, and a low down to 30. Thanksgiving Day, an isolated snow shower in spots early, then breezy, and a bit colder, partly sunny, 37. A colder Friday still with a few morning snow flurries, a high temperature in the 20s, and that's it with highs in the upper 20s on Saturday and Sunday, mid-20s Monday, upper 20s Tuesday, a little more January feel. Nights will fall into the teens, maybe a couple of snowflakes around late Saturday into early Sunday. Quiet weather picture on tap for next week with a slow day-to-day trend in temperatures across the area. For TVJ Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
Norm Miller here, chairman of Interstate Batteries. You know, without batteries, life would be pretty lifeless. That's why Interstate All Battery Centers carry them in every size, shape, and style so you can drive, drill, call, film, or do whatever it is you want to do. Stop in today. They've got the power to keep you going. Interstate All Battery Center. Outrageously dependable.
Interstate All Battery Center. You'll find them outrageously dependable just over Interstate 74 at 2504 North Mattis Avenue in Champaign, with batteries for most every application in stock.
Your favorite Mexican restaurant, El Toro on West Springfield in Champaign, is still open 7 days a week despite the construction on West Springfield. If you're craving those mouth-watering Mexican dishes, just enter from the east. When you see the barricade at Springfield and Kenwood, look for their special driveway. It'll guide you straight to El Toro. El Toro will be serving up your favorites all through the construction for the next 5 months. Open daily and ready to welcome you. El Toro, your destination for authentic Mexican cuisine, even during construction. Yeah, you can go there. You just drive toward the barricade. It looks very like, what am I doing? And you drive right at the barricade. You turn left. They have a driveway into El Toro on West Springfield. And you go there. There's no waiting. They got pickup. They got dine-in.
Oh, I love the margaritas.
And they're just waiting to serve you. That's your hot tip. Don't worry about crowds because there's, plenty of room in that building. Mm-hmm. And can you imagine having a business and you're shut down because of construction? Well, they're not shut down.
Right.
El Toro's open, and we went there the other night, and I had carryout. It's delicious.
This is the one over by Kaufman Lake.
That's correct. So West Springfield, from driving west on Springfield, you go right at the barricade, past Kenwood, and turn left into the little driveway to El Toro, and they probably hug you if you go there. And it's just wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay.
Champaign Center Partnership Parade of Lights is coming up on Saturday the 30th. Might be a little brisk at 6 o'clock when I'm calling that out. They're putting the tree that will light after the parade right in front of Guido's. So I'll be looking down from the balcony towards Guido's this year and having the carols and sing along and all of that. So keep that in mind. The pre-parade festivities start at 1. There's a passport of presents, and you can do that throughout the holiday season. Go into the different businesses. Of course, Small Business Saturday on November 30th. So encouraging people to shop, a scavenger hunt for the kids, all kinds of fun stuff starting at 1. And Candy Cane Lane is on Taylor Street. I'm hoping everybody can be a part of it, and you can learn more at champaigncenter.com.
Okay, all right. So, just wear the clothes. Yeah. We know how to do
the
it.
Layers and have some fun.
Yep, and it's, December is Sunday. Wow.
And that's going to be parade for Philo, too, at 5 o'clock.
Tree lighting here.
And when we were coming in today, it was great to see the lights up. It's a slice of Americana here in downtown Philo.
We're right in the middle of a Hallmark movie, friends. It's exactly where we live.
Exactly.
All right, we'll meet tomorrow. Our final show for the week will be tomorrow. Ed Martin, Brother Johnny on tomorrow. We'll kind of do a recap. Kamala Harris back from Hawaii. Haven't heard any more about that. Thank you.
Enjoy the day.
That's Diane Ducey. I'm Stevie J. Thanks for listening. Have a great Tuesday.
There's a new showroom at Flooring Surfaces in Champaign. Choose your next floor in an incredible space filled with beautiful hardwoods, durable waterproof vinyl, elegant porcelain tiles, and the finest carpets in Central Illinois. Find inspiration around every corner. And when you need help, Flooring Surfaces offers free measuring, free design assistance, and expert advice. Visit Flooring Surfaces today at 401 Mercury Drive in Champaign.
Flooring Surfaces, your first stop.
This is Eric Boland with Provident Financial Group. Unfortunately, there is no one-size-fits-all retirement plan. Finding the right plan for you depends on many factors. The good news is we can help improve your retirement readiness, whatever your situation. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network. Member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
One thing's for sure, everybody's different. That's why the new Villa Grove Community Center has something for everyone. Basketball your thing? Got it. Baseball or softball? Indoor batting cages and leagues for all ages. Indoor running track, soccer, pickleball, weightlifting, ellipticals, it's all here. Plus a splash pad for those hot summer days and a community room perfect for parties or meetings. And membership is open to anyone. The Villa Grove Community Center. What's your thing?
Are you tired of shivering in the winter? Look no further than your local heroes at ABC Heating and Air Conditioning. Hi, this is Gina inviting you to give us a call at 217-352-5400 to book your appointment to make sure your furnaces run safely and efficiently this winter. We've been proudly locally owned and operated and have been serving our community for over 50 years. ABC, always be comfortable. Call me 217-352-5400 to book your appointment today or go to abcheatingandac.com.
Illinois basketball season is underway. Single game tickets to see your Fighting Illini at State Farm Center are on sale now at fightingillini.com. Great seats are still available. Lock in your tickets for big games against Big Ten opponents before they're gone. Don't miss your chance to see the winningest team in the Big Ten Conference over the last 5 years. Be part of the atmosphere and get tickets at fightingillini.com.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
So when was the last time you saw a best deal guarantee?
You mean a promise that actually held up?
Right.
That some unknown online entity didn't want you to log in and download a code and then re-verify as you join some club.
Drives you nuts, I know.
And then once you purchase that set of steak knives...
Well, Dick Van Dyke Appliance World is a lot simpler. You find a verified great deal and they beat it. Just show them the deal you saw. A newspaper clipping or the online cart price will do, and then you're good.
At Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, it's one of those instances where you see a best deal guarantee and...
you get the best deal.
This is Dennis Rieken, chairman of Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. Our exclusive 10-year protection plan comes free with most appliance purchases. Whether it's a GE, Whirlpool, Frigidaire, Bosch, or any of our 30 brands, I guarantee we will beat any competitor's deal. Wow!
Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
In an ever-changing real estate market, it is so important to work with experienced agents like Russ and Nick Taylor with the Taylor teams at Taylor Realty Associates. They have the knowledge and expertise to get your home sold for the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time. Trust the experience and success of Russ and Nick Taylor with the Taylor team at Taylor Realty Associates. Give them a call today at 217-355-0700 or visit them online at taylorboys.com. That's taylorboys.com.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.